Shalom and blessings, children of Yahuah and the truth. We are continuing on with video number 33 of Yahuah's redemptive story, the action Besorah. We are on the 4 beasts from below, based on Daniel 7. One night, Daniel has a dream. 4 beasts rise out of the surging sea. Then a ferocious bear comes forth. Okay. First, a lion with eagle's wings. Okay, so the first beast was the lion with eagle's wings. I forgot this part down here, sorry. Then a ferocious bear comes forth. Third, a beast like a leopard with 4 heads and 4 wings. And I'll show you the beast in the top first. And then the next one that comes is on the bottom. Finally, a terrifying and powerful beast with iron teeth rises up. It crushes and devours all the beasts that came before it. Nothing can stop it. She doesn't like how you treat her, Roscoe. Okay, the writing on the wall, based on Daniel 5. After Nebuchadnezzar dies, Daniel continues to govern under many different kings. But the new ruler, Belshazzar, is young and spoiled. He spends all his time in feasts and parties and doesn't even know that Daniel quietly keeps the kingdom running. He laughs at 2 great threats to his kingdom: angry priests who are turning against him, and the approach of the mighty Persian army. Instead, he prepares a great feast and invites 1,000 guests. Bella, come here. Come here.
Yeah, I'm not just driving there. I drove by his house and he was still at home. Yes.
He gives no thought to the enemy at his gates or the Elohim he has offended. Bring the goblets and plates that we took from the Hebrew temple in Jerusalem. I'd like to give thanks to the Elohim of gold for making this cup, and to the Elohim of silver for making this plate, and to the Elohim of wood for making this wall, or else I'd fall down. But their drunkenness and blasphemy is cut short suddenly. Belshazzar stares at a place high on the banquet wall. He turns pale and his hands tremble. Look, on the wall. What is it? What does it mean?
No, come on.
Beanie, come here.
Stop. You can't do this. No, over a rope. I'm putting her away.
Okay.
Oh, I need that.
And the wall said, numbered, measured, divided. King Belshazzar's feast has been disrupted by a supernatural sight. A ghostly hand writes 3 words on the wall: numbered, measured, divided. Enchanters, astrologers, whoever can tell me the meaning of this writing will have riches and a promotion. But none of his royal wise men can explain the meaning. At this, Belshazzar becomes even more terrified. When the king's mother hears the excitement in the banquet hall, she rushes to her son. My son, don't be alarmed. There is a man in your kingdom with the power of the Elohims. This man, Daniel, is wise, with the ability to interpret dreams and explain riddles. Call for Daniel, and he will tell you what the writing means. Daniel, yes. Bring him here at once. The banquet hall is so quiet you can hear a pin drop until Daniel appears before the king. Tell me what those words mean, and you will be the 3rd highest ruler in Babylon. I'll give you half my wealth. Keep your riches to yourself and give your promotion to someone else. Your ancestor Nebuchadnezzar made mistakes, but at least he learned from them and gave honor to Yahuah. But you are arrogant. You ate and drank out of the sacred treasures of Yahuah's temple. You praised the Elohims of gold and silver and wood, which don't even exist. But you have given no honor to Yahuah. These words are Yahuah's promise to you. They mean this. Your days are numbered. You've been measured and found wanting, and your kingdom will be divided among the Persians. Okay, babe. Oh, it's right in there. It's the business one. It's the black one. Well, that sounds a little far-fetched, but I'll keep my promise. Here, this chain makes you next to me in all the kingdom. Now, on with the feast. As Belshazzar speaks, Persian soldiers suddenly fill the hall and take him prisoner. Soldiers? Where did they come from? Where are my guards? Before morning, the city is in the hands of the enemy. Belshazzar is executed by the conquering Persians. You're welcome, babe. Okay.
I was right, but how did it leave yet? I wasn't
I know. Love you.
I wasn't know exactly what's wrong.
Lion taming based on Daniel 6. Babylon, which I conquered Yahudah, has now been conquered by Darius, the Persian king. Just like Daniel's dreams predicted, Darius needs trustworthy officials to help him run his new empire. Even though Daniel is quite old, Darius sees that he has integrity. You will help rule over my nobles as long as you obey me. Make sure that taxes are paid and nobody cheats me out of my money. Daniel does such exceptional work that Darius decides to promote him to run the whole kingdom by himself. This does not please his young officials. We'll no longer be able to make money off of bribes if Daniel is watching us. If we could only catch him in some corruption, but Daniel is too honest. We'll never find any dirt on Daniel unless we can trap him with something about the laws of his Elohim. He will never dishonor his Hebrew Elohim. O king, your empire is even larger than the Babylonians. You deserve honor and praise. Your nobles who honor you above all have agreed that you should sign a law so that everyone will honor you. No one may pray or bow down to any Elohim or man but you for 30 days. Anyone who prays to someone besides you will be thrown into the lion's cage. Well, if you really think I deserve such honor, okay. If all of you want such a law, I'll sign it. As you know, once this law is in writing, it cannot be taken back or changed. That is the rule of Persian law. When Darius's new law is announced, Daniel immediately recognizes the trap set by the dishonest advisors. O Adonai, how the wicked try to dishonor your name and discredit your servants. Oh well, I have prayed to you and nobody but you for my whole life. I'm not about to stop now. Daniel makes his way home and goes to the upstairs room where the windows face Jerusalem. There, like he's done every day for the past 70 years, he prays. See, Daniel prays to his Elohim just like we thought he would. Good. Now we'll tell Darius. Have you not signed a law for a person to be thrown to the lions if he bows before anyone but you? I have, and the law of the Persians cannot be changed. Daniel has broken your laws. 3 times a day he prays to his Elohim in front of a window where everyone can see. Daniel, my friend? I see it now. My advisors tricked me into sending Daniel to his death. King Darius had not thought of this possible outcome from his law. He works all day to try to save his trusted advisor. Couldn't you maybe hold off on praying for another 29 days? You don't even have to pray to me, or maybe just pray where people can't see you for a few weeks. You trust me because I do not compromise my principles. I cannot compromise to my Elohim. Daniel remains firm, and at the end of the day, King Darius cannot change the law, even one that he himself signed. Reluctantly, he orders his guards to take Daniel to the lion's den and throw him in. Look, Daniel doesn't seem to be afraid. He will be when he gets to the lion's den. Our plan to get rid of him is working perfectly. A few minutes later, Daniel, who broke the king's law by praying to Yahuah, is thrown in with the lions. Seal the den with a stone so that everyone will know I am enforcing the law. My own pride and this stupid law has cost me my only trusted friend. My only hope now is that your Elohim is strong enough to save you. That night, the king can't eat or sleep. He paces back and forth, thinking about Daniel. At daybreak, the king rushes to the lion's den. Roll away that stone. O king, my Elohim sent an angel who shut the mouths of the lions. My Elohim found me faithful, just as I have always been faithful to you, my king. Daniel, did your Elohim protect you? O king, my Elohim sent an angel who shut the mouths of the lions. My Elohim found me faithful, just as I have always been faithful to you, my king. The king is overjoyed and orders a rope thrown down into the den. Daniel is pulled out. Then the king sends for the nobles who plotted Daniel's death. You sent Daniel to the lions. Now we'll see how you like it. Guards, throw them into the den. The lions, who had seemed so tame just a moment before, immediately devour the wicked advisors. King Darius makes a decree. I, Darius, command all people in this kingdom to honor the Elohim that Daniel worships and serves. And for the rest of his life, Daniel helps the Persians rule Babylon, the country he entered as a captive. Against all odds, he boldly stands for Yahuah, and Yahuah rewards him. A pair of queens, based on Esther 1:1 through 2:18. In the years since the Persians conquered Babylon, the Persian Empire has become the most powerful in all the world, reaching from India to Ethiopia. King Xerxes now sits on the throne at Susa. To celebrate his greatness, he throws a party for his noblemen, a big, expensive, and long party. The king has been entertaining high-ranking officials for 6 months now. How much longer will this feasting go on? Until he thinks he has impressed all his subjects with his wealth and power. Xerxes' huge party finally comes to an end. To celebrate, he throws another party, this one for his closest friends. After several days of drinking, the king begins his boasting. You know, I'm not just the richest and the strongest. I also have the most beautiful wife, or Asha, in the empire. You don't believe me, do you? No, that's okay. I'll prove it to you. Send for Queen Vashti. Just you wait. She's stunning. Your Highness, the Queen refuses to come. What? This is horrible. My Asha doesn't obey my commands. My nobleman, you must help me. According to Persian law, what can I do to undo what she didn't do? After puzzling through the king's question, one of his advisors stands up and points out that the consequences are much worse than they even realize. She has not just offended you, O king. She has brought disaster upon all the men in the kingdom. Once women hear that Queen Vashti has disobeyed you, they will start disobeying their own husbands. They'll do whatever they want. They might even talk to us. It will be chaos. Now, if I understand the king rightly, and I think I do, then the king should do what I would do, which is first announce that Vashti is no longer the queen, then search the countryside looking for the most beautiful, young, and quiet women in the land. You can pick out a new wife, or Asha, a better wife, or Asha. Then women will know not to talk back to their husbands and will have peace. Brilliant. He's so right. We'll make our women respect us. So the king banishes his queen and sends out a decree. Vashti is no longer the queen, and I think every man should be king in his own household. After his rage and the wine wears off, King Xerxes starts to miss Vashti. Then he remembers what she had done and what he had done. I don't have a beautiful queen anymore, and I can't bring Vashti back because I cannot undo the new law. I know what will make you feel better. We'll bring you all the most beautiful women in the kingdom. You can pick your favorite to be your new queen, and the one you pick will be even more beautiful than Vashti." The shallow king agrees. Now there is a Yahudim man named Mordecai who works in the courts of the capital city of Susa. He has a cousin named Esther. Esther's parents died when she was very young, so Mordecai has raised her like his own daughter. Now that she's grown up, Esther is a beautiful woman who impresses everyone she meets. When all the beautiful women in the land are brought to the king's palace, Esther is among them. Don't be afraid. You will be treated well in the palace, but don't let anyone know that you are Yahudim. In the palace, the young women are brought before Haggai, the head servant in charge of making sure all the candidates are as beautiful as can be. You girls may have been pretty enough for the pig herder in your tiny town, but none of you is pretty enough for the king, at least not yet. Not until I've worked my magic. You won't even get to see the king until I've polished your looks like a jeweler polishing a beautiful gemstone. First, we're going to take 6 months to treat your skin with the finest lotions and oils. King Xerxes can't stand the sight of pimples. Then we'll take another 6 months finding exactly the right scent of perfume for you. We'll also teach you how to apply makeup to best show off your face. Then and only then will you get to see the king. At that point, if the king likes you and remembers your name, you will be our next queen. But I must tell you, even after all my beauty treatments, the king has never remembered any of the candidates' names. In spite of his low opinion of the young women, Haggai is immediately charmed by Esther. You have grace and intelligence like none of these other girls. I'm giving you 7 maids to attend to you personally. You will have the best room in the palace. Meanwhile, Mordecai has been worried about his adopted daughter. Every day he hangs around the outside walls of Harem, hoping to hear news of Esther. There he makes friends with the guards who let him hang out near the women's section of the palace. Don't worry, everyone in the palace loves Esther. You're a good father to check on her, but she is well taken care of. That's Esther right down here. Finally, after 12 months of beauty treatments, Haggai thinks Esther is ready to be presented to the king. Is there anything you want to bring with you, Esther? And then that's Esther after they did beauty treatments for a year. Whatever you recommend, Haggai, I trust. Whatever you recommend, Haggai, I trust you. Sweet girl, just be yourself with the king. Don't be nervous. Everyone in the palace is rooting for you. If anyone can please the king and win his favor, it will be Esther. The next day, Haggai is called before the throne. It's been 3 years, Haggai, 3 years of your beauty treatments and ho-hum village girls, and in all that time I haven't found anyone who could compare to Vashti. Your job is finished. Don't bother bringing me any more girls. Yes, your highness. Instead, bring me back that girl Esther to be my new queen. They were right, so he chose Esther. She is beautiful. The king chose Esther as queen. Next time we will be reading Persian politics. That's when Esther is crowned queen. And we will be reading If I Perish, I Perish. Who will be hanged? And that's it for the next reading. We are coming along pretty strong with this book, and I've been seeing things in this book, in other books that I'm reading on my channel that compare and that are the same. So I feel like this is a good first stepping stone to teach your children about the Word of Yah and about how life was back then. Now it's time to praise Yahuah. Torah Rabbah Abba Yahuah, Torah Rabbah, Abba Yahuah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Yahuah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, Yahuah. Yahuah is with me. Yahuah is for me. Yahuah is greater than all of these things. If Elohim is for me, then who can be against me? Baruch haba Vashem Yahuah. Baruch haba Vashem Yahuah. Blessed is he who is coming in the name of Yahuah. I love you all, children of Yahuah in the truth, Mama and Papa Bears of Yahuah in the truth. Shalom and blessings.